Yo, check this out.
Previously heard. Good Hope FM. Let's go. Hashtag Future Cape Town. Good Hope FM. Opening the airwaves to the youth of Cape Town.
I am so excited. Future Cape Town. Yes, we are opening up the airways for the youth of Cape Town. Now, there is a critically dwindling number of engineers in South Africa and even fewer women engineers. But that is not stopping one particular young lady from wanting to become a successful chemical engineer. 19 years old, currently in her first year of a bachelor's degree in the process of engineering at Stellenbosch University, something that would never have been possible without the scholarship that she received. We're chatting to the one and only Bernadette Kanku. Welcome to Good Hope FM. Oh, I think we lost her. Delucia's about to get her. Don't worry, we shall find her again. It is Future Cape Town. We're chatting to this very promising young lady about why she chose chemical engineering. Like we said, a dwindling number of engineers in South Africa with even fewer women within that particular field as well. So we definitely need more. And we're going to be chatting to her. She's originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo, and her and her mother and two older brothers moved to South Africa when she was only 6 years old. They settled in the northern suburbs, and her mom struggled to find work and money, but it was always an issue. But that was nothing that was going to hold them back from their dream. So we're going to be catching up with her very soon. Such an incredibly young woman. Remember that you can also catch our podcasts on goodupfm.co.za if you do want to encourage other young people in your world to be inspired by these amazing individuals. Here she is, Bernadette Kanku. Welcome to Good Hope FM.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I am so happy to have you. Listen, I've given your entire life story already on the radio, and we're talking about Future Cape Town. You, of course, being the future of the world that we live in. Let's talk a little bit about you, of course, and of course, why you chose chemical engineering as your path into the future.
Oh, thank you so much. I like to think that chemical engineering chose me because for the longest time, I really thought I would be a doctor because I enjoyed taking care of people. So I thought that was my calling. But I remember seeing the sight of blood and it did not sit well with me. And then I remember sitting in a clinic once in the cancer section, and I remember the fear I saw in like patients' eyes, and that just sort of like made me wonder like what my role could be one day in like finding a cure for cancer.
Wow, that is powerful.
I believe like my role to be behind the production of creating and finding cures to diseases that are still incurable.
I love that. And we were talking a little bit about your own challenges, in terms of growing up. And I know that you grew up in a single parent home in a very underprivileged area. Something like chemical engineering doesn't necessarily just drop in your lap, nor the opportunity to afford it, being at university. What were some of the greatest challenges that you had to overcome to be where you are today?
Besides like the financial struggles, it was always being bound to like three specific, schools.
Yeah.
And you didn't have the ability to dream beyond that. And if you did, everyone just thought you were over your head. So when I got the opportunity to obtain a scholarship for high school, K Mason Foundation, I was just so privileged and honored to like have grabbed that opportunity. And such an amazing organization, should I say, because they not only like helped me academically, they've helped me to build myself and become, the person that I am today. And they catapult me into university and help me get a bursary. And it's opportunities like those and people that believe in a person that allow you to become your full self,
Yeah. Now, when you graduate, which we know you're going to graduate with flying colors, because I believe that you've got that support behind you based on the foundation that is supporting you right now. When you graduate, you're going to be one of only a handful of qualified engineers in South Africa because there are so few women within that particular field. How do you hope what you're currently doing is going to inspire other women to follow in the same path that you are on right now?
I like to think it took one woman to get into the engineering field to allow other women to catapult into the industry.
Yeah.
So with that mindset in hand, I believe that it's not a man's world, and that if one woman could get into that field and inspire us other women to join in, then I should also do the same for the next generation following.
I love that. And what advice would you give to the young woman right now that's listening on the radio? Maybe she's in a car, maybe she's at home, maybe she's at work, and she maybe wants to also pursue a career in engineering and sciences. What one piece of advice would you give her, and one piece of encouragement would you give her as well?
Okay, so I would say that although engineering is not for everyone, it has a lot of passion, and although like tears comes along with it, you bear the fruit at the end of the year or after 4 years, and it takes passion, dedication, and the willpower to succeed. And if wanting to go into the field of engineering is something that is your calling, then I say push the boundaries and just go for it.
Push the boundaries and just go for it, just as she did. Bernadette Kanku, thank you so much for joining us on the radio. You are my very first Future Cape Town interview, by the way. Go on, girl. Doing the things.
I'm so glad.
Doing the things. We're so proud of you. And hopefully,
thank you so much.
Hopefully we'll be chatting to you on the day that you are graduating, and then get your honors and your masters and your PhD and all the things. And we'll say, wow, we were there right at the beginning, and we're so proud of this young lady.
Oh. Thank you so much.
It is such a pleasure. Have a beautiful day, and thank you for being both our warrior woman and my first ever Future Cape Town interview as well.
Thank you for having me.
It is such a pleasure. There we go. Bernadette Kanku. She is a chemical engineering student that is breaking the mold. It's a critically dwindling, there are a critically dwindling number of engineers in South Africa, and even fewer women engineers in this role as well. But that is not stopping this incredible young woman by the name of Bernadette Kanku from wanting to become a successful engineer. And if she can do it, you can do it as well. Of course, gaining support with a scholarship from the K. Mason Foundation. If you want to be inspired and maybe you missed this interview, please go to goodhopefm.co.za. The podcast will be online as well. But never stop in pursuing your dreams. You can do it.
That was #Future Cape Town. Good Hope FM, opening up the airwaves to the youth of Cape Town. For the podcast, visit goodhopefm.co.za.
Feel it. For more, tune in to goodhopefm.co.za.
It's all you need.